Yo, what is up guys? In today's video I'm going to be going over some of the replays of the games that got me to 20 wins. Actually, because yeah, I actually managed to get 20 wins finally, on the contrary as last year where I only got 19. So I'm really happy that I got it, and yeah, definitely leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. So yeah, I'm gonna start off the game with the Princess of the Bridge, because like I was kind of like nervous that I would face this like absolute hard counter, and I actually did. So but yeah, I actually managed to win. Like I don't know how, but yeah, this guy right here I actually got pretty lucky because he didn't have arrows in cycle, and I believe that's one of the reasons why I actually was able to win this. Because I mean, honestly, if I have to be honest with you guys, don't really expect to win this matchup because it's like literally impossible, and like everything just aligned perfectly for me to win this because he was really bad. And yeah, right here he missed the flying machine on the princess, and yeah, here I just went with the cannon because I was like kind of paranoid that I didn't want to take any damage. But yeah, here I went with the fire spirit and princess here on defense, and look at how much damage I was able to deal like right away at the beginning, and that's actually the reason why I was able to win this. But it's like almost like a like 10% chance, like not even, for you to get a game like this, because every time I like play against this deck I always lose it. And yeah, I also asked Riley what he thinks about this matchup, and he usually just like gives up when he faces this deck because yeah, it's not really winnable. Like you can't really deal with the flight machine that well. And yeah, once they start getting that lava flying machine push like right here, it's gonna be really. Here I went with the princess because I knew he was gonna tombstone. Yeah, and then I went with the log as well, to take care of that tombstone, to actually make sure I either force out another response or take out his tower. Which right here, I think that he should have just let his tower go because I was able to get a free bomb. And yeah, here I was able to get a really nice rocket on the Skelly King and the flying machine. But yeah, everything just like went perfectly for me right here. I mean, even here I was kind of like struggling a lot, but I still managed to take care of those skelly drags. And right now I only had to survive for 30 seconds and I was able to take the win. But yeah, right here I went with the barrel. I knew he had arrows, but I just wanted to like make him use the arrows and then like be free with the princess on defense, because yeah, I wanted to set up another defense. But yeah, here I went with another barrel because I knew he didn't have arrows in cycle, so he had to use the Skelly King. But it was like kind of late already, and right now like he didn't have enough time to take down my tower. And yeah, here I started BMing because man, that was like literally the first time I won this matchup. Like I've been practicing like for a week against this deck, but it just didn't happen. But yeah, I'm really happy I won that game, and yeah, let's up to the next game. So I'm in the next game here against Kaiser. I actually knew who this guy was, so I was pretty like surprised that I faced him. Yeah, that's why I was saying wow. I just started off the game with the Goblin Barrel in the corner because I knew that he was playing Golem, but I didn't know which Golem version it was. So yeah, I just started off the game like I just went with the Fire Spirit at the bridge to pressure as well. And yeah, right here I knew that it was gonna be the arrow zap version, because usually when they have zap they don't have lightning as well. And yeah, right here I went with the barrel to apply some pressure and maybe force out like the arrows or something, but it didn't use the arrows, so kind of unfortunate for me. And then I think I went with the, yeah, mighty miner in front because like he used the zap, so he didn't have it. And right here I made a pretty big mistake because like I was actually pretty much aware of that as I made it, because I actually ended up spending so much elixir for pretty much no reason, but I could have just like rocketed the E-barbs and I would have avoided taking so much damage. So definitely a really bad mistake that could have costed me the game. But yeah, right here I couldn't really do much. I was just gonna go with the barrel and try to make something happen, because at this point I really thought that I had pretty much already lost. But yeah, I was just like trying to calm down because I didn't really want to restart the challenge again. So yeah, I had to focus here. I think I went with the mighty miner in the back. Yeah, I always do this. I mean, I always like go with the mighty miner like right away when they go in with the golem, because they have to deal with the mighty miner, because the mighty miner is just gonna destroy the golem. So yeah, right here I think I went with the rocket. Yeah, I went with a really nice rocket here, and I think he zapped as well. But okay, no, he didn't, because yeah, I mean, even a zap there would have not really been that good. So yeah, here I went with another princess of the bridge to apply pressure, and then a cannon and skellies as well to just pull the E-barbs towards the cannon. And I think I logged as well here, yeah, just to make sure they don't connect, and the fire spirit as well. I think I went with another cannon here because yeah, at that point I didn't really think it was gonna like build up another crazy push as long as I kept up the pressure. So yeah, here I went with barrel and skellies, so just to bait out the arrows as well. And yeah, right here I think, yeah, I pretty much knew that it was gonna go in with the goblin barrel, like with the golem at the bridge, because he had no time left. So yeah, here I went with the mighty miner and princess at the bridge. He predicted it really nicely, but I went with the cannon up high just to keep the golem in place. And then I went with another barrel because I knew that he didn't have like yeah, I mean, no, I didn't know that he didn't have arrows, because he did have arrows. But yeah, I just wanted to like keep applying pressure, I guess, and it actually worked out quite well. But yeah, right here he didn't have arrows in cycle, so I actually managed to get the final, like, not the final bits of damage, but like a good chunk of damage that I needed before getting into rocket range. Yeah, right here I went with another barrel because I was like constantly applying pressure, because I didn't want him to build up another crazy push and then take out my tower, because I wasn't gonna be able to survive another big push. And yeah, right here he was forced to go with the mega minion as well. But yeah, I only needed one more one more rocket, and I was able to take the win. I went with Skellies just to make sure, but I don't think that the bomber would have, I mean, probably would, but yeah, after that mistake I made at the beginning, I actually managed to settle in and come back from that situation, which is quite nice. And yeah, let's up to the next game. Okay, so we're in the next game here against Spirit of Java, and yeah, this is gonna be against Royal Giant. So yeah, I just start off with the Goblin Barrel Fire Spirit and hope for the best. That's what I was doing for the most of the challenge, because honestly, this challenge was like very less skill based than matchup based, because yeah, many of the players I faced were like 6k players, which, I mean, it could have been like Smurf accounts, but I think that most of them were really just not like 6k players, especially that lava player at the beginning. Like, if he was on ladder, I would have probably just given up there, because I would have never won that matchup, and it's just like useless to waste your time like that. And it's fine. I mean, sometimes you just can't do anything, and it's normal in this game. I mean, there are very few decks that just have all that much like outplay potential. Like a really nice cannon from me here. I mean, yeah, I completely messed it up because I was so nervous at this point. I think I was like 17-0. Yeah, I was like really high, and I didn't really want to make such a mistake, but I actually ended up making it. So yeah, right here I had to take the damage for it. And yeah, right here I went with the ability just to make sure I forced out a response for the mighty miner, because I was really low on elixir. Like, I was down like 3 before he played the tombstone. So yeah, definitely a really bad cannon for me. But yeah, mistakes happen, especially just like finger slips. But yeah, I actually managed to settle up and actually make a comeback from this situation. Here he missed the goblin barrel, like the goblin barrel with the bar barrel. So I actually managed to get some pretty good damage, and I actually kind of evened up the damage here. Here I went with the mighty miner like in front of the skellies, because I completely forgot that he had the mother witch, which you definitely should not do, because that would have probably cost me the tower there, like all those skellies plus the giant skelly. And yeah, I would have overcommitted so much, and then he would have just went in with the royal giant and destroyed me completely. Yeah, right here I was trying to save my princess, but I actually didn't really manage to. Actually, I think yeah, I did. Wow, I actually managed to protect the princess, so I went with the barrel like way in the back. And yeah, I think that right here he just went with the fireball. I mean, that's what he should do, because the fisherman was gonna die. Okay, yeah, he went with the giant skelly, so I just went with the goblin barrel, cannon, and skellies to make sure I defend that giant skeleton. Actually, the cannon is really good against giant skeleton. It deals so much damage, and if you can like distract it a little bit, it's actually a really good option to defend the giant skeleton. Because like right here I have the mighty miner for the royal giant, and even if I don't, I am pretty much able to cycle back to another cannon really easily. So yeah, that's actually something that you should keep in mind. Don't be like scared to play your cannon. Like it's not like it's an inferno tower or something that it takes like forever to cycle back to, and it costs 5 elixir. Right here, he actually ignored the barrel completely just to go all in, and it actually ended up working better for me than it did for him. And yeah, right here I actually also forced out the zappies, because I mean, if I forced out the zappies from him, he didn't really have a good way to reset the mighty miner. He actually doesn't have any, so that's actually really good for me on defense. If I manage to bait out the zappies, so that's actually really nice for me. And yeah, right here I think I went just with fire spirit at the bridge to cycle. Oh, no, I went with the mighty miner. I'm not sure why I went with the mighty miner there. I mean, I could have just applied pressure with the fire spirit, but yeah, I guess it's fine, because I was constantly applying pressure. And yeah, right here I think I managed to outcycle him quite well, because with those princesses on the field, he wasn't really able to like go in at all. And yeah, right here I managed to cycle his barbell, so he was forced to fireball, and then he wasn't really able to get down a royal giant when he wanted to. Yeah, right here he managed to do it, but I actually missed the goblin barrel by doing it, because he wasn't really focused on the defense. He was more focused on the offense. And yeah, right here I only needed one more rocket to win the game. But yeah, I think I just went with the princess at the bridge and took the tower there. I mean, this matchup is not really easy, but since I was applying pressure like this, and it actually worked out quite well, I actually managed to win like in a pretty good way. So yeah, let's up to the next game. So I'm in the next game here against Coco, and yeah, once again it's gonna be against Lava Hound, but this time Lava Clone, because yeah, I mean, many of you guys have been asking me how to beat Lava Clone as well, and all lava decks in general. So I thought that I would show as many lava games as possible with this deck, especially because with the Dark Goblin, I feel like it's not like easy, but it's like a lot easier to win than with the princess. So yeah, I definitely think it's a good idea for me to show it right now, especially since I don't think I made any huge mistakes. I know that these guys weren't the best players, but like I know that I mean, you can't really be facing the best player and expect to win against like a hard counter, because yeah, that's probably not gonna happen most of the time. So yeah, here I went with the fire spirit to apply pressure, and I went with the mighty miner as well, and a princess as well, because I was kind of like expecting the Skarmy, and yeah, he did play it. So now he had to go in with the lumberjack as well, and he was pretty low on elixir, as you guys can see here. So yeah, here like my defense was not really too hard here. I also went with the barrel, I believe, yeah, because I knew that it was like pretty low on elixir. So if I managed to bait out a spell, it would just be good for me. Right here I think I went with the fire spirit right here to make sure he didn't get in like a crazy clone push. And yeah, right here I went with the princess, because he didn't really he wasn't really able to deal with it, since he used the fireball. That's already a pretty good situation for me. Right here I went with the barrel because like he had 0 elixir literally, and yeah, I pretty much took his whole tower, I believe, because yeah, it was like very low, and yeah, I took like a good chunk of his tower. And yeah, that situation put me in a really good spot. I mean, I think that this guy like really overcome it like early on offense, like on defense, because he didn't want to take any like huge chunks of damage at the beginning, but he actually managed to get into this loophole that just like didn't really allow him to get out of this situation and this bad cycle. So right here I only needed to defend like 1 more minute. I used the ability here to get rid of those bats and actually damage the left side as well, because I was kind of afraid that it would go into a 2-tower situation. Right here I went with the rocket because I was afraid that it would go in with the clone, but he actually didn't really make it on time there. And yeah, right here I think that he went with a like last like really big push, and right here the ability of the mighty miner actually carried me. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, this like actually just saved my life there. And yeah, unfortunately the fire spirit doesn't one shot like lava pops anymore, but yeah, even then I still managed to win this because like this guy made a pretty big mistake at the beginning and he didn't really manage to recover from that. So yeah, another BM because another lava, another hard matchup that I was really happy to win. And yeah, let's up to the next game. Okay, so this is gonna be actually the last game, like the actual game that got me to 20 wins. And yeah, I was like really nervous in this game. Like, I don't really like. Honestly, that was like one of the worst situations I was ever in, because I actually like before this I actually got to 19 and 3 again, which like that was actually gonna be one of my last tries because I was actually going out and I wasn't really gonna be able to play the challenge anymore. So yeah, of course it's gonna be against Ejan, but thank God it got nerfed, so I actually had more like of a chance to beat this. But yeah, always when you play against E-Giant, assume that they're gonna have mirror because you never know. If they don't have mirror, I mean, you're gonna be better off. But if they do have mirror, at least you're prepared because like if you just assume that they're not gonna have mirror, you're most of the time just gonna lose because they're just gonna cycle like another E-Giant at the bridge like right now. So yeah, right here I was kind of like prepared for him to go in with another E-Giant. So yeah, I was just like I went with the mighty miner here because it's actually you should keep the mighty miner only for the golden knight if you can. But yeah, right here I was like kind of like, how should I put it, I was shitting myself for real because yeah, right here I just cycled my cannon and I was just praying that he wouldn't have EQ, which he didn't, luckily. And yeah, right here I went with the goblin barrel, and yeah, right here he went with like what E-Giant players can do the best, I guess, with the mirror. But yeah, right here I managed to take care of his bomber, and I think he went with the baby dragon as well here. Yeah, he went with the baby dragon, so I went with the mighty miner here just to tank for the baby dragon, and I think that the mighty miner did a pretty decent job, but I still needed to go in with the princess. And yeah, right here he kind of missed the tornado, so I went with the fire spirit and the last second cannon. Wow, that cannon was like really close to not making it on time. So yeah, right here he went with another like with a mirrored like tornado. And yeah, since I knew that it was gonna go in with the bomber because like that was the only answer he had, but I was kind of like way too nervous to go in with a pre-log. But yeah, I actually should have done that. So yeah, right here I think I just cycled a barrel. Yeah, I cycled the barrel, and since he didn't have the bomber, and yeah, I was really trying to not let him go in with with a mirror D-Giant. So yeah, always like keep the mighty miner for the golden knight. And I think right here I went just with skellies and fire spirit to make sure the golden knight didn't jump on the tower. And yeah, okay, that was actually a pretty good defense. I went with the princess as well because I wanted to get as much damage as possible. And yeah, right here he didn't have the E-Giant mirrored once again, so I was looking pretty good in this situation. Yeah, right here I was just like kind of waiting because I was kind of expecting him to go in with the golden knight, but he didn't. And yeah, right here he actually went really aggressive, and he didn't really have the best counter to the goblin barrel, so he actually ended up taking quite a lot of damage. So yeah, right here actually, yeah, the rocket log does 504. So yeah, I remember just like making sure that the rocket log combo was gonna like take the tower because I was probably not gonna like survive much longer against E-Giant. So I am really happy that I finally managed to get this 20 wins. I'm just gonna show the badge now just to make sure because I actually forgot to record like me taking the 100,000 gold. And yeah, I thank you guys so much for watching and for the support. I've been getting a lot of messages supporting me to get 20 wins. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.